Small talk, good. Loneliness, bad. All right, DeVito. A new study finds people often avoid small talk because they expect it to be boring, but they underestimate how enjoyable and meaningful those conversations can be. Are you good at small talk?
No. I don't like small talk. I don't like when, I'm in an elevator and someone says, hey, how come you don't have pants on? It's none of their business. I don't. But I want to know the real story. I have a neighbor who loves to do small talk, this guy Jerry. And Jerry has a dent in his head. It's perfectly shaped like a golf ball. And I don't want to talk about the weather. I want to find out if golf was involved. It looks like if you put a Titleist in there, it would stay. It would stay. So I feel like if you have a dent that looks like a golf ball hit you in the head, anytime you meet somebody, your first word should be, my name is Jerry, here's what happened. I'm always trying to steer the conversation to golf to say, like, it's a beautiful day, maybe hit the links, or did you hear about Tiger Woods, or I saw some squirrels by your door, maybe 3 or 4, and it's you flinches.
You need to find a toddler.
Yeah, they'll get right there.
What's wrong with your head? They'll get to it right away. Drew, I like to talk.
What?
I'm not sure if what I do is described as small talk.
No, it's more of a flurry. But listen, women have a separate motivational system around talking, where they get rewarded from talk. And if men only understood this one thing, that women and men separate in terms of sexual arousal. If they see arousing things, women can have arousal with no drive, but if you add intimate conversation in, the drive gets activated. Men don't know this. We hate talking.
Yes. Free sex tips from Dr. Drew.
I'm trying to help.
You won't see that on Special Report.
But it's to the point about talking and about how men and women are different with talk. And connection is so important. Loneliness, we have an epidemic.
Yes.
And the screens make it worse. People think, oh, if I'm talking, when I call you, take up the phone.
Yeah.
So Kat hates phones. She likes texting, which is not an intimate connection. It's not real connection.
No. Yeah, that is true, Jim. I never look at my phone and I'm like, whew, I feel so much better. After I've been scrolling for an hour, I'm like, wow, I feel great about myself now.
I understand it's not healthy, but I don't like small talk because I'm uncomfortable with it. Like, it's weird, like I talk for a living and I'm comfortable speaking on stage, but like, I'm just not good. My topics are awful.
Yeah.
Beheading videos, like nobody wants to, I'm not comfortable. And it's become like a running joke in my life how really bad, like if it matters to me, if it's a beautiful woman or if it's a celebrity, if it's somebody that I really want to talk to, I freeze up and I can't do it. So if I've had like good small talk with you, it's because you're an ugly nobody.
I feel like that's why we're friends, though, because the first 2 seconds of us talking today, you were like, how are you? And I think my answer was not as traumatized. So I just get right in there.
That's Kat small talk.
I just get right in there, Brianna. What do you think? Another study, this is like too obvious to even have been a study, says that people with depression, anxiety, feelings of loneliness amplify suicidal thoughts. Duh.
Yeah, I mean, first, to Dr. Drew's point, my generation was promised that like cell phones and social media would connect you to the world, and we are more isolated than ever. And I hate to do this because it sounds like I'm copying you right now. I swear to God, I'm not. But I also have a friend, Jerry.
What?
Does he have a dent in his head?
Actually, no.
Does he have a bump? We could stick them together.
Yeah.
He might. He wears a hat a lot. But small talk led me to Jerry. I met him at a park. He's 83 years old. He 9 years ago walking his dog. I'm walking my dog. We chat up a little conversation. He's my best friend now. I hang out with him once a month at least.
Can I say something about Brianna that I've said behind her back a few times? Publicly?
Okay.
She's just so nice. Look at her. She's like so sweet.
Yeah, but Kat,
and she's like, I met an old man at the park.
He's so cute.
And he was so
Hi,
cute.
Jerry.
And now I talk to him all the time. Like, they don't make him like this girl anymore. I'm just saying.
But Kat, your and my small talk today almost had her running out of the green room screaming.
Yeah.
When we got to your ovaries, she's like, what is going on here?
Well, I mean, the people want to know. I mean, everything's fine. Look, I think, what's your advice? Do you have any additional advice for the depressed and lonely, Drew?
I mean, look, there's a reason there was this thing called the talk cure back in the day, which was psychotherapy that we now know now, is that humans need connection, and verbal connection is part of that. And spend time with people. Our country is really bad at it.
Yes.
Other countries prioritize relationships. We don't do that, and we need to. It's to our disadvantage. Jim, you're leaning in, Joe, like, no.
My question is, where does talking to yourself fit in on this? Because I find myself doing it all the time, and the difference is when I was younger, I would hear and I would go, oh, I got to stop. And now when I hear myself talking, I say, let me finish.
There's medicine for that.
Loneliness is the only problem, though. I mean, I was always very depressed, and because I was alone, and now I'm married, and it's worse.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.